amazing!
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you, they was blocking the shine. Now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents, and now I got 2 wrists. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing!
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar. I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore. Just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid.
Hello and welcome, Rocket League fans. We are here and we are live. Little ECAC Rocket League action. Week 2 Wise coming at you fast and loud. FBI Tugboat here. Joined with my man Mustache. Mustache, how are we doing?
I'm doing good. I'm excited to be back in the booth with none other than yourself and here with ECAC to find some fantastic Rocket League.
Absolutely. A lot of heavy-handed Rocket League action between Louisville and Wichita State. Both teams 1-0 in this week 2 after taking a W in week number 1. But first and foremost, we got to talk about the people, organizations, and partnerships that, of course, make this possible. Huge shout-outs here to iBuyPower, as well as CSMG, that's a collegiate sports management group, Dream Seat, the furniture company there. You can check out what they're doing on their website and their Twitter, as well as EMP Live Designs, a production company going away on this. Without our production staff, we are nothing but beautiful voices just screaming about a video game in our rooms. So we do appreciate our production staff. That's EMP Live Designs. Big shout out to Esports Gear, HyperX, as well as P Mint, our actual producer, the man behind the work here getting it done. Mostly, the last but not least, as they say, Legion Lenovo Legion. God, I always do that, Mustache. Lenovo Legion knows that you play to win. Why else would you be playing esports? To stand out from the competition, you need equipment that does match the speed of your thoughts and your actions. We cannot currently connect biometrically to our computers, perhaps for the best. So we're going to have to go with the Legion Y25 monitor that delivers wins in the toughest and most critical of situations. It's got that extreme 1 millisecond response time, 240 refresh rate. So I believe that equals to 240 frames. I know that the hertz and the frames and stuff might be different. I don't know. You're an electrician, maybe, and maybe you know. But yes, the Legion Y25 doesn't just keep up, does a lot more. This has been built for those engaged in vast multiplayer battles at the tournament level. The Legion Y25 offers a 24.5-inch Full HD IPS panel with, of course, the built-in NVIDIA G-Sync capability. The Legion Y25 monitor available Lenovo.com, other fine retailers. You can pick it up online, have it shipped directly to you, or go to those other local retailers right there. Biggest thing about all this, right, of course, is the mic arm. Right, it has, or the headset arm that it has on the side right there, right, and so you can hang your headset on it. If you're anything like me, you play these online tournaments, whatnot. You know, I'm obviously using the good mic right now, but if you use, one of these, I'm bad about taking it off and throwing it down. Got teammates in the Discord, got teammates in the voice comms and whatnot, and that microphone slaps against my desk, and you got a litany of people out there that hate me temporarily. I don't want that. You got to have that microphone or the headset arm on the side of the monitor, so you can just hang it up right there, not slam your microphone against the desk. Is that explanation enough, Mustache?
I was gonna say I like to get it off of the countertop so I can slam the desk when I'm angry. I don't want it on the desk, so we have our differences, but
different strokes, different folks.
Exactly. I'm excited though. Hopefully we won't get angry because we don't have to be playing. It's the players on the pitch who have to do all of the work. We just get to be those beautiful voices in your ears and on the screen here. And I'm excited to see what both Wichita State and University of Louisville can put together.
Absolutely. Not massive shakeups of these two teams coming in from last semester into now. Both kind of that maybe not the absolute cream of the crop, but they have risen towards the top. Be looking and seeing if they continue on with this. One team will be going down 1-1. One team will be leaving today with a 2-0 record here within the ECAC Esports Collegiate side for our spring 2022. We're going to be getting that hot Rocket League action ready for you guys in just a second. Anything else here we need to really address, Mustache, before we get into the action?
It's the beginning of the season here in ECAC. I want to see these two teams really come out swinging right out of the gate. Don't let up, because you've got all the time in the world to kind of make up for any mistakes that you might have. I'd like to see some good aggression to come out. We all wanted to see those bumps and demos that seem to be growing ever so much throughout the scene, as the aggressiveness has just been key in anything from the amateur scene all the way to the pro scene.
Absolutely, a nice escort in, leading them right down there at the bottom. 25 Cent going to be able to get that block away. Now is put in the offensive position. Back on out to the corner. P-Bro. We know this guy. Seen him many times before. Mr. Gopher, again, returning player. 25 Cent, though. A new player here for your Wichita State University. In the right, in the orange.
Oh, and I was going to say Wichita State had all of the pressure, but then they gave away the possession right there. Gopher just getting robbed of the touch, and Hunter with a wide open net. Easy one in for U of L, and we get the first one on the board.
Yeah, the Cardinals flying on this one so far. That is the Cardinals, right?
So we've got 25
Oop, man, I was
Cent.
muted. Sorry about that.
No, you're fine. And you know what? In all of that hysteria, we see U of L take control yet again.
Yeah, so some fantastic stuff on this one. Sorry, I had to move windows here. There you go. 2-0 right now. Louisville, that's the Cardinals. I'm even if I'm wrong, I'm going to stick with it here, Mustache. That's what I was saying while I was muted. There's the Cardinals, right?
Yes, they are the Cardinals for sure.
Gotcha. Back on over to it. Little pop play. Once again, Louisville relying on staying on the ground. Not something you always see the Cardinals player. That is Wichita State. Now striking back. A lot of offense right here. So Matt hits Hunter, right? Hunter almost recovers in a good place. Like, a lot of times you'd have to look at one of these and think, okay, that was not planned correctly, right? Like, that was too many cooks in the kitchen. That was a double-up defense that simply didn't have enough space for both players. But at the end of it, Hunter almost came out, advantageous position to be able to play this one defensively. Regardless, 1-2 scoreline. High-scoring game already, given there's only a minute and 20 seconds out, I'd say, Mustache.
Yes, and in that time, we've had quite a bit of offense from Wichita State, even though they are down, and they had a good push right there. The defense has been working out quite well for U of L, but they're going to have to watch when they had that little mix-up on that defensive end for that goal that went in for Wichita State. I was noticing that they had the 3 defenders there. No one was on the backboard. Again, Gopher coming in. Hunter luckily getting that one out of harm's reach. But I feel like the defense is going to have to hold on. But I tell you what, Hunter is going to take the control, get the ground-to-air dribble, and put yet another one on the board.
There you go. Hunter getting this one past the Gopher. Perhaps that is nothing if not appropriate. 2 minutes into this one, that is Louisville up 3-1. Plenty of time left in this, but Mustache, a high-scoring affair already we have on our hands.
It has definitely been nothing but offense to come out from U of L. They've had really only the one time to show their defense, and again, it did get by them. But I tell you what, if U of L can keep this pressure going, I don't even think they need to worry about defense as they keep putting Wichita State on the back foot. Hunter should be able to get control of this. He sees Pybro up there in the corner. Hunter still holding on to it, and Rhino trying to get the touch. He does get a little bit of a tap, but 25 Cent was trying to take it away as Wichita State still pushing down the field.
Hunter with a pop out right here. 25 Cent bouncing against the wall. Gopher picking it up for a second, then faking up top. 25 Cent surrounds himself around the ball. Yet again, some fantastic stuff. 2 minutes and some change as Rhino now popping this one left side. 25 Cent grounding it. Hunter trying to make a play, but that's going to be Matt with a back pass right there. Hunter back on out. Weak block, but I think the members of Wichita State were assuming a lot more on the rebound right here. Might have been counting chickens. That was an otherwise open net as Rhino now horning this one out to the right side and starting an offense the other way.
Gopher was chasing the demos to try to open up the lane, but I think if he would have been able to take possession of the ball as it was approaching the net, I think they might have been able to squeak one in. Unfortunately, they are going to be down the 2 goals still, not able to close that deficit by 1, and there was a close call back there. Again, the defense for Wichita State having to work a little overtime as they finally push that one over to the U of L half. But as quickly as I say that, Hunter, again with these controls, coming out and really putting the team in a fantastic position.
Yeah, these are 2 teams that have been good for a long time. Make no mistake here, Mustache. But WSU, that's Wichita State and Louisville here. Both teams really putting on display the aerial prowess They have gotten and perfected pass into points almost right here. And that's just going to be the third. Hunter finding the fourth now for the squad, but the hat trick now for Hunter. Put it on top.
Wow, and after that shot and that great pass setup from U of L, we see Wichita State get that great save. They shut down that pass, but I believe Gopher, who was on the near post, might have been low on boost. And they're just, U of L able to just throw that one in that top left corner and get that by. So a 3-goal lead in favor of them, 40 seconds left, still looking good. Pybro gonna try and get that one around, but he was low on boost. So the boost starvation is starting to set in for Wichita State.
Yeah, it really is. Every time we kind of switch back to these, we kind of see differences in these double-digit numbers in our bottom right. So once again, Rhino proving what they can do up in the air. There's been some fantastic action. Just when you talk about level of control that these players have put on display so far. 12 seconds, I'm going to call it. This is not enough time to come back at this one, especially now that Matt finding his second. 7th shot, so 2 for 7. Not a great line, but doesn't matter. The team-based game, if you just had these 2 shots, right, Mustache? Even if you had just these 2 shots that Matt has put up, still be looking at a 2-1 scoreline right now.
Oh, it has been insane to watch U of L do what they do, and I feel like it's definitely from the lead that Hunter is kind of set up for the team. And you're right, Matt and Rhino both doing what they need to do out there on the pitch, but I feel like every time we see a goal in the back of the net for U of L, it has definitely been behind something that Hunter has either set up or put in himself. This one definitely not going to matter. They might try to get one for the road, but it does fall, and Louisville will take game number 1 in quite a thrilling fashion.
Yeah, that's going to be a 5-1 right here. Mark it down for the Cardinals. Wichita State had some solid, kind of comeback instances, right? Like defensive wise on this, they were able to kind of keep up the onslaught, but towards the end, it was just like shot after shot after shot. Let's count these up, right? Yeah, Hunter sitting at 4 shots right now is literally equaling Wichita State. Towards the beginning of this game, they had a lot more just room to work with, really, right? As this was really drawn on towards the end, Louisville was just able to maintain possession, and when they're able to put up 14 shots against 4, I think that really spells out why we saw the scoreline in game 1.
Oh, you could not be any more right. And to be honest with you, if you're Wichita State, you got to look at shutting Hunter down. Even though Matt does have the 7 shots to his name, he only had the 2 goals. But everybody on Louisville doing what they need to do on both sides of the ball, all of them contributing to goals and shots. You see assists coming out for each and every player. Rhino was the only one who didn't get a goal to his name. So just like that, Wichita State, I do feel that they need to shut down Hunter first, and then maybe you can start shutting down some of the opportunities that Louisville have, but you cannot count out Rhino and Hunter. They are dangerous out there on the pitch. Louisville looking like a top team right now.
Really is. Once again, one of these teams be walking away with a win. One of these teams be walking away with a loss. Whether that's happening in 3 games, 4 games, or 5 games, we will see the continuation here and now. Wichita State takes this. We'll be guaranteed some extra Rocket League here, Mustache.
We all would want to see that. We don't want to see the series end in a sweep, but I believe it's Louisville who's going to want to. And Rhino didn't get a goal last game, but he's going to get one this time, even though it might have been a little bit of an aid from Wichita State.
Yeah, so he heard you. He heard you, Mustache. He didn't want that one to be a fact. He's spoken of anytime soon. 7 seconds into this one, Rhino striking first on this. And that's going to be Louisville taking the lead here. Start off game number 2. Back on out to the left side. Matt popping this one. Little play. That's over 1. Mr. Gopher is sitting back. My name might be Gopher. Might as well be a shark with the Jaws music cueing on that one. He was just simply waiting for it and struck when the time is right.
And they are striking with a vengeance. I mean, Louisville will not let up. They are able to shut down anything that Wichita State has. And there was a little bit of a missed opportunity off of that kickoff that I feel that Wichita State, had the communication been there for a potential fake or even one player to kind of lead the charge and go for any demo clear. This one might be an opportunity as Pybro is going for the bump on Rhino. It doesn't matter. Gopher is going to be there, and we do get the tying goal.
You would have guessed it here, Mustache. Gopher beat Rhino. Might be the first time that sentence has ever been said. 1 minute into this one, tied up situation 1-1 after some fantastic offensive performances multiple times over there across and against Louisville's.
Ooh, good demo to come out from Gopher to clear out any type of leading charge to come out from U of L. Hunter going for the double tap. Great save from Wichita State to make sure they had somebody on the backboard to at least get a touch on it. Hybro getting it off the sidewall. Gonna get that one taken away, but the defense, rotations looking good for Wichita State right now. They're happy that they were able to get the tying goal. It's an even playing field right now, but Matt is gonna try and get this one out of harm's reach. He gets it past one. Hybro by himself has just got to hold on to control and wait for his players to reset themselves.
Yeah, this has really just been some back and forth after a true neutral situation achieved. You know, that was obviously 0-0 for like 7 seconds. Now back to 1-1. Even game as much as it gets. Numbers don't mean that much at this point. Rhino back flipping to get to this one. Big broad window on the front, allowing for a huge ability to pop this one that way, just like the angle being a little bit better. 2 minutes, 50 seconds. Back to the middle, pop up and in, and Rhino strikes twice.
I was a little worried for the double commit right here. 25 cent, the communication from Pybro, and 25 just not really there. And because of that, it kind of caused the defense to fall apart. And just an easy goal in for U of L. They can definitely come back from that one, but you got to make sure the communication is there and call out who is going to go for the save.
Halftime now. Gopher playing this run defense so far. Going for the save, speaking of, has been Gopher now, has been Gopher frequently. Back to the outside, and this side post shows its head on the defense right there. Kind of pops up, provides that fourth man position for the amount of time that is necessary. Shot back down, Mr. Gopher here. Back on out. Yeah, I feel like I've been saying Gopher and Rhino's name consistently, and mostly it's been Gopher on defense, and Rhino on offense.
And we talked about how and that's an opportunity. Gopher can't put it in though. Good attempt, and the opportunity is still there. Great touch from 25 cent to keep the ball alive, and we do see the tying goal yet again.
There you go. This game has spent way more time at a tie than it has either team having advantage. There's maybe a minute right there. That was the Louisville squad up. A lead enjoyed no longer outside of the match series, of course. 5-1 was our first game in case you're just joining us. Minute 50 last, and then Mr. Gopher almost puts on a clinic just barely on the inside. 25 cent shaving hairs off the side of this ball to rocket it in on the bottom right.
And what a touch. Fantastic challenge, and just able to sneak that one in. With a minute 51, we see the first lead for Wichita State. And they are definitely starting to pick things up. Gophers got the touch, puts a shot on, it's just off to the side, but again, valiant effort. And Wichita State not letting up. They're gonna try and keep this pressure going. They cannot allow anybody from U of L to get a tying goal.
Wichita has just been doing exactly what they need to here, Mustache. Offensive-wise, mostly defensive-wise as well. If there's any room for improvement, it might even be on that side. 25 cent easily taking this one away, just strolling down and taking away like his job. Hunter back out to the outside. Louisville can't get anything done offensively. Every time they go up for this, weak pop play, not going to get anything for this. Out and over. Hybro going to answer it on the other side. That was Louisville having possession for 2.5 seconds, we'll call it. Shot inside as well. Mr. Gopher finds a way to get these daggers at least up and over, at least forcing the hand of a defender, if not necessarily in.
A little fake challenge to come out from Mr. Gopher. Good attempt there as it's stuck in the corner. They're looking dangerous. 45 seconds left. Rhino was there. 25 cent. He's going to take this out to the side. Gets it past one. He's only got one more to beat. Matt is there. Fantastic challenge again in front of the net. And we see the 2-goal lead now for Wichita.
25 cent looking more like a full dollar, Mustache. 118 kilometers per hour on that one. Solid 80 seconds since the last. That might be enough for Wichita State to strike back in this game number 2. Best of 5 means we're guaranteed at least 2 more games after this if Wichita State goes forth and takes this one. A shot across the middle. Pyro barely getting there and just in the nick of time, but does. Plenty of boosts to be spoken of as that offense now starts.
And I'm liking how Wichita State is shutting down Louisville right there before they can even get past the midfield line. The control to come out from Wichita State is definitely what's propelling them in this win. But as I say that, Gopher getting a fantastic save, earning a Savior medal for it, and rightfully so, because that was quite a miraculous save indeed. This one, 2 seconds left. It doesn't matter. It is going to be a Wichita State win, and we are now going to have a tie series with this one.
Yes, we will. 5 total scores for Wichita State across the 2 games. 7 for Louisville. Doesn't matter scores-wise. All about those matches and the series within it at this point. Looking at a Louisville squad, they had 4 shots on last. Looking at the Wichita State, they had 4 shots attempted game number 1. 12 shots coming into this one. Pybro mostly showing up in the saves department, kind of more in that defensive role, Mustache.
Yes, and I know you guys can't see it out there in the Twitch land, but Rhino, who was, I believe, sitting out there in the Vesper, if I'm not mistaken, did leave the game and come back in, meaning he probably did a car switch. Maybe he was like, oh, we don't think Wichita State's going to be anything. But when they go down 1 game, Rhino's like, I need to go back to what I'm known for, and I'm going to be interested to see what he switched to.
As will I. Taking it back to the numbers for a second. Yeah, Louisville only scoring with Rhino on this one. Maybe, oh, excuse me.
You were talking about Rhino and it just took it right out of your mouth.
Oh man, it really did. That water was necessary. My goodness. Yeah, it's such amazing, exciting Rocket League, right? I must not have done my vocal warm-ups right or something like that. Or it's just that exciting, or it's just that action packed. Wichita State back with Louisville. We will not see a clean 3-0 sweep today here, no matter what. Now, will it be the half reverse sweep with Wichita State coming back and winning 2 games? Will it be Wichita State striking a second time, then Louisville taking 1, then a game 5? Who knows? We got to get there, everybody. Stick with us as we do. Back to it. Game 3. No one losing on this one.
I could definitely see this one going to 5 games, but in a best of 5, I've always said winning game 2 is the most important game, especially after the loss in game 1. If you're able to lose game 1 and then come back with a thrilling showing like Wichita State did, if they can keep that momentum in their favor, they definitely have the opportunity to try to turn around and take the next 2. And Pybro getting a soft touch. He was just trying to hold on to control, but I think a pass out to that front corner would have been the better showing. They're able to kind of dodge any type of opportunity to come out from U of L, and so we head back over to U of L half and see what we can see as Matt's got to get this cleared away.
Got to right now. Showing this outside. It's a weak pass attempt over to Rhino. Rhino's still able to pick this one up, keep the dream alive offensively wise. That was a wonky hit, but Pybro, being the man of the hour, comes on top of this one. Nice block on out, at least this half field. Now back onto it. Pybro's still back. Matt getting a little bit too fast for his own good. And this might be an offensive switch. Mustachio.
Right, stuck here at the midfield. No better place to make the switch. And we cannot get out of the midfield. So both teams really trying to hold down, not allow any type of offense to develop. But we do finally see Hunter break through. He was kind of quiet last game. Going to try and change that tune here. But Wichita State, they've been able to kind of solidify their defensive rotations at least, and they're able to move down the pitch very well. Matt by himself, almost getting chased. 25 Cent trying to go for the demo. Mr. Gopher missing the touch, which is going to allow Rhino get it out to Hunter. It's stuck in front of the net. Gopher doesn't get the touch. Is this one going to be for Matt? He can't get the touch, and a lucky break to come out for Wichita State as everybody just not able to connect with the ball.
Yeah, a little whiff ball right there from everybody's side. Shots down to the bottom. Defensive demos, offensive demos, everything going down right now. Looking like a minefield out here. They're just driving across it. 2.5 minutes, halftime coming in here soon. Mr. Gopher waiting to strike on the outside. Defensive pops. Matt has got it. Getting this one back on up and out to the left side. Still no one able to hit payload quite yet.
And as you say that, Rhino is getting a touch. Matt didn't want to push up, so they're leaving a little bit of space. I've noticed both teams have had quite a bit of space to see what the other team can do. Oh, and that awkward bounce is going to be just enough. Mr. Gopher did push up. He had the fake challenge, and because of that, missed an opportunity. But both teams not wanting to make any type of mistake. You can tell how evenly matched up this series is, but again, it is Wichita State trying to set something up on offense. Mr. Gopher having nothing left in the tank. Matt off the backboard. He's got one to boot and can't do anything with it, and the communication wasn't there as U of L pushed up another player, and they missed any chance they had.
Hunter now getting this one out and not trying to lose another chance here as 25 Cent gets this one back on out and down, but boost starved he is. Defenses picked this one up and done some amazing stuff with it so far. A rolling play, but that one's going to be just on the outside. Rhino setting this one up to the bottom right, but nobody there on this Louisville side to pick that one up. Pop back down. Almost, 4 minutes now? No scores, Mustache?
This is the longest we've gone without a score in this series. Yes, we're only in game 3, but still, both teams were, ripe with goals in the last 2, and now both the defenses have really started to step up, and again, both teams really not wanting to push too hard. I think as we were getting past this, final 60 seconds, they definitely don't want to make any mistake. Mr. Gopher off the backboard. I think Matt might be low boost. He does get the touch, and Pybro is all the way back. That just goes to show how much they're not wanting to make it, but Rhino with all the control gets the one on the board.
Talk about getting one in there. He actually picks it up initially from a mini pass to himself, and then just an easy 1-2 dribble with the easiest pop play over across the middle that you'll see. I think that's one of those times that an expert is expecting an expert to do something expertly, right? That is just about as simple as it gets, right? Just literally boiling it down to more basic Rocket League right there. Oh my God! And again, Rhino does it twice in about 30 seconds after no scores for 4 freaking minutes.
And I feel this one is really because Wichita State was like, look, we're down to the final under 40 seconds. We've got to do something. We can't lose this one. They pushed up a little bit too hard, and that just banging clear from the corner opened up, and U of L able to put that one in. And just like you said, Rhino, in a matter of 20 seconds, I believe he was able to put in 2. So this one looking like it's going to go to U of L unless we see something crazy to come out from Wichita State. And they are just trading blows throughout this series as now we are in the final 10, 25 set. Trish trying to hold on to it. Matt keeping the pressure here. And it just kind of slipped away from Wichita State. The game was so close, but Rhino coming out with those 2 clutch goals.
Yeah, man, oh man, who would have guessed after a 5-1 game number 1, a 2-4 game number 2, that one for Wichita State, then Louisville would come out just to force a shutout, right? Just to force this, just to force a goose egg, right? Like a 0. A lot of times I feel like you see, lower scoring first game, second game affairs, or maybe even first game just being completely blown out of proportion. But to go from 6 total to 6 total, then to 2 with one team getting a full 0. I guess there's not a situation in which the 2 scores can be scored and one team doesn't get a 0, right? Because otherwise, if you win 1, you can't get 1-1. Yeah, math.
This isn't the NFL. We don't have ties here. You have to get the 1 goal. You have to get the 1 goal, and Rhino getting 2 and coming after that car switch. Maybe it worked out for him. Maybe he was tired of the Vesper and figured, hey, I got to get the Octane. I've got to figure out where my hitbox is. We all know that little whale tail of the back of the Octane kind of helps most players. He's able to get that great ground to air dribble, just enough, a little pop to get over the first defender. That really opened up, and then just that banging clear off the corner. So Louisville looking good. Wichita State, they look good that game too. You cannot count them out. I'm still not convinced that Louisville just kind of steamrolls this one. I think we can still go to the 5 games, and Wichita State could try to take this one. But given that we went, 4.5 minutes before we saw the first goal, who knows how long it'll take to get the first goal here.
Exactly. Game 4, and Nothing has ever been more on the line, right? I haven't actually really seen a match point series, a series point yet between Louisville and Wichita State, right? Louisville strikes first, Wichita State comes back. Now Louisville striking, getting game number 3. Let's get on in to game number 4 and get the action started.
Indeed, and these boys are underway, and it is going to be a goal from Mr. Gopher. And you're right, I don't believe you guys were able to see that. It was a drop down, it was a missed touch to come out from the Louisville boys, and because of that, it opened up the opportunity for Wichita State. So right now, Wichita State is up by 1 with just
bring the radio broadcast for a second, right?
Yes, yeah, well, yeah, well.
We'll get that switch to gameplay in just a second, guys. Not a big deal. 35 seconds into this one. Ball in the court of Wichita State for right now. Hunter for Louisville continuing to put this up now left side right here. Gets past not 1 but 2 defenders. 25 cents on the defender here right now. And this is really just Louisville doing a great job of keeping this ball over on this side. Weaker top play, but that's going to be a double tap now for Louisville. That's Matt to get this one railed all the way in.
And just like that, Matt, that double tap, fantastic play. And we've got a tie game. We need to be able to see what, you got to be able to see that if you're the defender, and you cannot allow that much space for the, offense to just really set something up. But we are now the first minute in, and I hope, ladies and gentlemen, you're able to see that, because this game is definitely really starting to heat up.
Yes, it is. We'll get that up as soon as possible. I could be saying it wrong. It's obviously on a delay, but I believe we are still up. Yeah, we are still up right here. All gravy. All gravy. Radio broadcast continues, y'all. You can stare at our faces a little long blur. There we go. There we go. We got it in. Thank you, guys. Thank you. We love our production staff. It is wizardry what they do behind the scenes, guys. It is easy to talk about again. 3 minutes, 33 seconds, 3-3-3 up top, all across. Hunter now pushing this one to the left side. Rhino trying something here. Mr. Gopher. Defensive play on this other side. Now pushing this one in. Matt now pushing this up.
Oh, Rhino. Does he get another double? He does, but not able to put that one in. But again, you've got to get a defender on that backboard. Even if you're low boost, get somebody up there to try to make a play. Gopher, though, says, you know what? It doesn't matter. I'm going to make the play on the offensive side, and we see Wichita State take the lead.
2-1 now. Pyabro puts us up perfectly for Mr. Gopher all the way across. 3 minutes left in this game. And that's going to be Wichita State striking twice. Right after a game, they just put up a goose egg here.
Yeah, they don't want another goose egg. You don't want to have that twice in a series, and especially in a situation where you're in series match point now. You cannot lose this one. Wichita State, this is a must-win for them if they want to continue undefeated throughout ECAC. Rhino trying to go for a defender, and it puts him just on the inside post. And what a touch from the rear of that Octane.
Wow, yeah, perfect right there. Just on the inside, just outside halftime as well. 2 minutes, 37 seconds left in this matchup. Pybro winning the initial kickoff. Rhino kind of pop plays, but again, that's going to be a weaker defensive, setting it up for Hunter, and Hunter takes this one to the wall, up and over it now. Back to the bottom. Rhino covering that up. Pop the outside. This is going to be a little bit weaker, but Rhino has enough to get it done. There's now back out the outside as Matt gets involved with the offense as well.
Matt trying to do what he can on the offense. He had to rotate back. So now it's Rhino pushing up, but I do feel that U of L, they're really starting to hit their stride, and that could be a dangerous thing. As Wichita State, again, they have to win this one. Rhino setting it up. It does kind of bounce off the ceiling, and Matt a little bit further back. He was just trying to wait for his opportunity to strike. Hunter touch, Rhino touch, but not able to put it down in front of the net. And Matt, with the little flick, gonna get demoed for his efforts. Pybro getting it over the one defender, but Rhino coming in clutch yet again. U of L just trying to make sure one does not get by them as Wichita State. They're all tied up with 1:30 left. They are wanting to see if they can sneak by U of L.
Yeah, I mean, Wichita State needs to take another goal here in this next 80 seconds of regular time. obviously taking it overtime, but nobody really wants to be pushed right there, especially when Wichita State is right now on match point. Pybro hit over once again. Wichita State having such a problem with trying to get good, effective defensive clears when there's a lot of offensive pressure against them.
Yeah, Pybro not getting the touch he wanted. Mr. Gopher expecting the touch and getting a great clear, and it just kind of trickling back. It left the net wide open and allowed the easy one for U of L. So now with 62 seconds left on the clock, we need to see something out of Wichita State if we want to get more Rocket League out of this series. Rhino just trying to hold on. A good challenge to come out from 25 Cent, but Hunter able to take it away from the midfield. Does get the flip reset, not able to get the second touch from it though. As long as U of L can hold down. What a touch there, and it falls in. Rhino putting maybe the go-ahead goal in to solidify this win.
Yeah, again, Louisville takes game 1, Louisville takes game 3. If Louisville takes game 4, that's going to be it for your Wichita State. A fantastic performance they have put up in in all these games, really. There's not really been any total shellackings, right? The game 1, 5-1 rolling at 4 points was going to be the biggest score difference so far, and that's if this game ends right now. Everything else, score difference of 2 coming on in on the go-ahead goal. 41 boost, a little bit more to work with now as Rhino picks them up down bottom. Pybro setting up offense for Mr. Gopher. Mr. Gopher simply beaten there. 25 Cent now there. Time to get on the offense. Pybro full rotation, shot in and can't get past it. I'm going to call it there, Mr. Mustache. 3 scores, 10 seconds, not happening.
Yeah, and it kind of goes back to what you said about the lack of touches when they're on the defense. 25 Cent, he just gets this kind of pre-jump touch, and it was almost like a flip reset right there near the ground, and it just kind of allows the ball to pop up, which allows two players from U of L to push up. And when you're able to have that, you always are going to have one lead the charge, go for a demo to make sure the net opens up. And that was definitely the nail in the coffin. Louisville taking this win over Wichita State again, though. That does not say enough, though. Wichita State, they played their hearts out. They played well. Like you said, most of the games just going a 2-goal difference, this one ending with a 3-goal difference, but still all the games were so close except for that first one. And I feel, game 1, you come out, you're getting warmed up. It is what it is. But hey, Wichita State, it's early on in the season. You've got plenty of time to turn around your record.
That you do. That should do. Plenty of time here. And with taking a victory in week 1 for both of these teams, taking an L here makes that a little bit more manageable when you're talking about end of the season playoff contentions and whatnot. For that, though, Wichita State unfortunately falls 3-1 to Louisville. It wasn't a sweep. It wasn't a reverse sweep. It was that sweet spot somewhere in the middle here, Mustache. For now, though, do you believe we'll be signing off? A lot of more Overwatch action to be had later on. That's starting in about 30 minutes or so, guys. Be sure to tune in then. Not to tune away, but for now, Mustache and FBI Tugboat going to be signing off. And that's Mr. Mustache. Something else for the good people before we go.
It's, again, GG's to both squads. Louisville looking good, looking strong. Definitely when they get themselves set up and when they have the communication there, they start pushing together. They are a tough team. Wichita State, maybe just watch the defensive touches. That's really all that kind of fell apart in this last game. Otherwise, Wichita State looking good too. It'll be exciting to see them throughout this ECAC season.
Absolutely. Agreed there. The defensive performances, Wichita, maybe really the only thing I would look at as well. Back with you guys next week. Same bat channel, same bat time, same day of the week, just a week in the future. And again, a little bit of Overwatch action coming at you here in just a little bit. Big shout out to our producer here, producing away, making our jobs as casters just so much easier. We do appreciate that. Guys, check us out next week for Rocket League and in about 30 minutes for Overwatch.
Do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cards is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 wrists. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar. I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big. Jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents, and now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big. Jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar. I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big. Jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents, and now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents, and now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 Wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground and the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and family beyond the binary, hello and welcome to some more ECAC Collegiate Overwatch action. My name, Warren Jungle God Hammond, joined on the mic by Dividing. How are you doing tonight, Dividing?
I am doing fantastic, Juggle God. Super excited to get into this Week 2 ECAC action. We've got 2 teams that took an unfortunate loss in the first week of play, looking to get into the win column.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to hope to turn themselves around. We've got 2 fantastic teams coming up for you tonight, and I really don't know which one's going to come away ahead tonight. Do you have any feeling one way or the other, Dividing?
Well, I can't say I've ever seen either of these teams play before, but to give a little bit of history here, Mount St. Mary's Mountaineers, or Mount Overwatch for short, went 4-3 last fall. Wasn't anything too incredibly special, but did come out with a winning record at the end of it all. Emory and Henry fared a little bit worse, only winning 1 game throughout the semester. So, if history is anything to say, I'd say Mount St. Mary has the edge. However, it's a new semester. There's probably a couple of roster changes going on in both rosters. So who knows where the teams stand going into the spring?
Absolutely. And we are going to be headed, if I remember correctly, if my memory serves me, we're going to be headed to Nepal first, I believe, tonight. And that's a great map to kind of get an idea of what both of these teams are really about.
Yeah, the control maps here are super, super good at being able to give teams the opportunity to play a wide variety of comps. And I think the main defining thing about Nepal is the map geometry around the point itself, right? When you go into Village, the point is very much enclosed. There's full coverage on the top and 2 sides of the point. You can only really get in through 2 really big but perfectly sized Maywall-sized windows. So that's why you see a lot more close-range brawly comps reign supreme there. And then you go over to Shrine, where things are a lot more open. You've got some columns surrounding the points, but other than that, there isn't much cover. So that's why you see more fast-moving or more spammy comps do well there. And then in Sanctum, of course, you've got the massive pit that's right over the side of the points. So I would not be shocked to see some teams going for some aggressive boot plays there.
Oh, I'm sure there will be some of those. If we head there, my fingers are crossed that we do, because I love seeing a good environmental kill. I know it could be a triggering thing for some players, but I am a huge fan of them, and I am certainly hoping to see a few of those tonight. And yeah, I think we're going to get a very good idea of what these teams are all about, because, you know, their choices are really going to dictate, you know, what we're going to see for them, I think, for the rest of this series. Because you can absolutely run a variety of different compositions on each of these sub-maps. You know, it is not set in stone that you have to run Brawl on Village. You can run some of these spam comps. And in fact, we are going to be headed there first. So it'll be interesting to see exactly what they're going to come out with. I think this will really dictate kind of the way each of these teams will play.
Yeah, this, of course, it is a little more difficult to play those spammy comps, but you definitely can. Like at least anything to say. Nothing is going to be super unexpected here. Going to be really looking at the difference between Zerial on the Sigma here and Ashish on the Diva. So Mount St. Mary's is going to be adding an extra shield onto their comp with that Sigma. It's a very versatile shield as well. You can place it pretty much wherever you want in the air, but you are removing some capability, the mobility of Diva to be able to get back and help supports if they come under fire, as well as the versatile defensive nature of the Matrix. So it's a very interesting choice. I also want to point out that I did see a Symmetra on the side of Mount St. Mary's. So
yes,
I didn't see it on the other side. I assume there's two ways you can go with it, right? You can use a teleporter right out of spawn, get everyone up really far, and make sure that they are going to get to the center of the map before the other team. Or you could stick with the Symmetra, go for a bit of a turret play where you get the Symmetra set up on point first, set up all of the little turrets around to sort of microwave the members of the opposing team as they try and push onto it. At Village, the Symmetra along with the Mei can be a very strong DPS combo.
Oh yeah, it certainly can. And once that Mei and Symmetra, once they are kind of ensconced there on point, it is so difficult to push them off. They've got such incredible staying power with the turrets, with the Mei wall, with the freeze coming in. I mean, it's almost impossible to push in. And with so few sightlines onto the point, it's hard to spam them out as well.
Yeah, it is so difficult. I do think that just the way that from the very little that we know, right, Joe God, it seems like Mount St. Mary is going to have the immediate advantage here, unless we see a Symmetra coming in on the other side, which I don't think we will. We are about to leave the point here. Mount St. Mary's is going to have the advantage of this teleporter. Look at how much ground they're able to cover in an instant. Mount St. Mary's is going to switch up the DPS, but look at all this space, Joe God, that they're able to take as a result of that TP.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Emory and Henry gonna have a very hard time pushing out of that room. They are eventually going to be able to do that. Mount St. Mary's giving them the room that they need. We see Stixels, who was previously on that Symmetra now on the Soldier 76, already finding value as Lacey goes down low. They're taken out of the fight. In fact, both of the supports down for Emory and Henry. That's a quick fight win for Mount St. Mary's.
The Soldier 76 is a very non-traditional pick. Something like a Cassidy or a Hanzo, like Avatar's playing, tends to provide more consistent damage. But what Stixels get with the Soldier's sprint ability is the ability to very fluidly move around the map, go on off angles, and pick at Emory and Henry as they try to push in. You need to get a lot of value with that, because otherwise your team is basically playing a 5v6, but it does work out very well for Mountain University to start.
That it does. Gonna be a contest put on point. In fact, they're gonna let it go ahead and flip over. Mount St. Mary now looking to try and drop on the point. Here we see the Gravitic Flux coming out. That's gonna do a lot of damage to this Emory and Henry side. Two players fall almost immediately, but they do have one on their side as well. Stixels is out of the fight. Now, Avatar trying to find a head to clip. They do just that as the Shatter lands as well. That's going to be Mount St. Mary briefly giving up the point, but taking the fight win.
Yeah, it's a really good thing that you pointed that out too, Drogon, because Emory and Henry, they did a great job of just putting so much presence onto the point. It forced Mount St. Mary's off for a moment, and even though they lost the fight pretty quickly afterwards, they have gained pretty much an entire fight here. Instead of Mount St. Mary's crossing 50%, now it's about 35 to 25. Emory and Henry have fought a lot of time.
That they have. Dragon Strike gonna be successful. The sound barrier from Lacey not there quite in time to save their compatriot Katakuna. Beard going down as well. Self-destruct release too to try and clear some space. It is going to find Stixels. They are having a hard time staying alive on Mount St. Mary's side, but the rest of the team doing a fantastic job of taking care of the rest of Emory and Henry. Teacher's about to get this Deadeye, but they're down to just 31 health. They're not going to survive long enough to use it, and that's going to be Mount St. Mary's coming away with another win.
Mount St. Mary's have done a very good job of using these really early ultimates that take Emory and Henry off guard. It feels like they need a little bit of extra time right now to fight plan and prepare and decide what ultimates they have to use, but before they can do that, there's already a Dragon Strike in their face. And like you said, Lissy used the beat, an incredibly good defensive tool, but it just wasn't in time to save the Baptiste. And that is the bulk of your healing if you're Emory and Henry. Now you're coming in with both DPS ults and the Shatter, but again, a massive Gravitic Flux comes out from Mount St. Mary's, stops it in their tracks before they can even get started.
Yeah, the Tac Visor gonna deal the final blows to several members of Emory and Henry. We are gonna see Super go down. Immortality Field has to be committed by Mount St. Mary's, but there's barely anybody left for Emory and Henry. That's gonna go to Mount St. Mary's.
It's all about the tempo right now, Juggle God. They are playing so much faster, Mount St. Mary's are. It doesn't matter how much talking and fight planning Emory and Henry do as they're walking into the fight if they get completely disrupted by a single ultimate from Mount St. Mary's before they can even do anything. Whether it was Zerial or whether it was Stixels or Avatar, Mount St. Mary's seemed to catch Emory and Henry off guard every single fight, and you can't be having that happen here as we move on the Shrine.
That is absolutely true. They're going to have to pick up the tempo quite a bit. You know, it's so frequent in this game that the team that ults first comes away with the fight win, and that usually just means that they're executing their win condition faster. That's in reality what's happening. Mount St. Mary's now with a speed boost onto point. Stixel starting to set up a few turrets as Emory and Henry move onto point. They're going to get damaged by Avatar, able to finish off Lysy with a headshot. Now Emory and Henry not going to be able to disengage or re-engage as quick as they want to. Apps is going to fall very quickly after that. But a couple counterpicks coming out for Emory and Henry. This certainly isn't over yet, but Cozy's making quick work of the rest of the Emory and Henry squad. Ashiek going down to about half health. They're going to be forced off the point. That's going to give possession over to Mount St. Mary's. They're going to have to likely back off and try again.
Ashiek is very high charge right now on this Zarya. It's really important that they're able to get out without dying so they can keep that energy charge for this next fight. It looks like they will be able to get out, but it is with the help of the Immortality Throw from Katakuna, and it doesn't even matter if Avatar's up on the side, picking off on Skeechers. That's going to, once again, stop Emory and Henry in their tracks. They've got to wait for their Cassie to get back into the fight. And yeah, that's what they're going to do. They realize they have to back off here. Katakuna and Captaquinus are both going to be coming in with their amplification matrices, so look out for Skeechers and Avatar. They're both looking to get value out of that double damage in this one.
Yeah, they absolutely are. We're likely going to see those committed very early on into the fight. Avatar once again looking at that same angle that he was able to find Skeechers, but this time Beard's keeping the shield up. Here comes that Ant Matrix from Cataquinus. Barrier goes down for Beard. They go down very shortly after that as that Photon Projector is doing tremendous damage. Zerial now trying to get the last few picks, and now Mount St. Mary's up to about 60%.
Emory and Henry just aren't decisive enough right now to be able to hang with Mount St. Mary's on this brawl composition. They spend so much time gathered up at the choke point, trying to regroup and figure out what they're going to do for the next fight, and throughout the entire time, Mount St. Mary's just sitting there poking at them, chunking away damage, building up ultimate percentage. Skeechers and Asplaz do not have their ultimates throughout this entire round. Mount St. Mary's and Stickles are using theirs, and it's a great effect.
That they are. Immortality Field committed in response to the Dragon Strike. Not going to find any value, but Avatar's going to get a little bit more when they take Beard out of the fight. Now there's no shield stopping these tree trunks coming out from Hanzo. Finding their target. Graviton Surge committed into the last-ditch effort from Ashiek. It's not going to result in a kill. That's going to be 99-0. Mount St. Mary's going to run away with Nepal.
Emory and Henry, unfortunately, take the loss on the first map of this series. They just weren't on the same level as Mount St. Mary's this time around. And I'm sorry, I don't want to sound mean or anything, but Mount St. Mary's, they simply had a better grasp of the brawl composition. They understood their win conditions better. They played more aggressively. And in brawl versus brawl maps, the team that takes the higher tempo, the team that takes the initiative, usually ends up winning. Mount St. Mary, they were always playing with the tempo. They were always playing with the initiative. And when you look at that, they pretty much always won.
Yeah, that they did. Last sub-map was a lot more decisive than the first, but still, I believe Mount St. Mary's won every single fight. There was the brief swap over to the favor of Emory and Henry on Village, but they were able to get it back relatively quickly. I mean, they went ahead and won that fight. So Emory and Henry, they've got a long road to climb, I think, if they're going to come back in this series.
I think we need to see some kind of change coming out of them at this point. I think they will have the map choice going into the next map type. So be thinking about now. I just, based off of that Nepal map that I saw, I don't think that Emory and Henry can beat Mount St. Mary's on Brawl. So we need to be thinking about how can you change up your composition to try and counter Mount St. Mary's Brawl? Because maybe when you disrupt their rhythm, then you can get into a bit of a rhythm of your own. So I'm thinking, who on my team can play something like a Pharah or an Echo, plays these long-range DPS in the skies that the Brawl DPS tend to have trouble dealing with? How can we disrupt Mount St. Mary's rhythm here?
Right, I think you could do that, potentially with a map choice, going to somewhere like Watchpoint, Gibraltar, or Numbani, somewhere that dive is much more favored,
For sure.
We don't know exactly how Mount St. Mary stacks up on that kind of a composition, so maybe mixing things up a little bit could really help out Emory and Henry here. Then that's assuming that they feel confident on a dive composition. Definitely one of the hardest to run.
Yeah, absolutely. It does come down to, of course, what Emory and Henry are comfortable with running. It might be that they see themselves as a brawl team, and maybe that's so, and that's fine. We just need to see, wherever they decide to go, we need to see some kind of improvement, some kind of gameplay change. Mostly, I just need to see them be a little bit more decisive with their engagements and their fight planning. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
And we are going to get to see what has been chosen next. We are going to Watchpoint Gibraltar, I believe. We got
the Rialto background.
Yeah, we got the Rialto background, but I believe we are in fact going to Watchpoint and Gibraltar. Emory and Henry deciding to take their chances on a dive map, see if they can get them off this brawl and get them onto something maybe they feel a little more confident on.
Yeah, I hope so. I really, really hope so. I'd really love to see a bit of a switch up coming out here from Emory and Henry. I want to see if we are going to Gibraltar. I'd love to see more dive. I'd love to see maybe a Mercy coming out, an Echo Mercy, a Genji. If there's any place where there's a pocket Genji player on your team that you can just pocket to a victory, I'd say it's probably going to be on Gibraltar. There's a ton of vertical space room that Cyber Ninja can take advantage of.
Yeah, there certainly is. One of the only places where it's almost more favored to run that Genji instead of a Tracer. Tracer's still the standard pick, but yeah, you're absolutely right. If you're going to run Genji anywhere, it's going to be Watchpoint Gibraltar. It's interesting. You could also potentially run a double shield here. You can run a bunker composition on defense, especially. I've seen several first point holds coming out from a composition like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Would not hurt at all. I think at this point, Emory and Henry, they need a bit of a morale boost. They just need themselves. I want to see just one small victory here coming out, because then you can snowball it more and more into higher and higher peaks here. Emory and Henry, looks like we're going to be starting them off on the defense. So if they can get themselves a full hold here, like you mentioned, that will be huge to start off. Also, looks like the scores are flipped here. It was Mount St. Mary who got themselves the first map win, that they are going to be starting on the attack.
Yeah, that is absolutely right. We're going to see just a very classic dive composition coming out from Emory and Henry. Skeeters on the Soldier 76 as well is an interesting choice. They're not going to have a lot of upfront damage because you're running a Sombra as well. but that can be really, really effective at shutting down the dive and this double bubble that's looks like what Mount St. Mary's is coming out with.
It's going to be really interesting here for Mount St. Mary's. So you have the double bubble tanks, but you don't necessarily have the quicker DPS that you'd like to run with it. Sixels is probably going to find themselves being a little bit behind their tanks a lot. Actually, Cozy is in an immediate amount of trouble there. It gets hacked up by Tyrell. But Sixels is going to find him, and that is going to open up the doors here for Mount St. Mary's. They're going to jump onto the high ground here, try and take more and more space.
Yeah, that they are. Carta just now starting to move under the care of Avatar. We've got Cozy now on the high ground, dropping down briefly. Just a soft dive there to gain a little bit of charge for their ultimate and charge potentially for Zarya as well. Now they're going to back up to the Beard actually jumping in from Emory and Henry. Going to be punished for it, though, as they find themselves in front of several weapons from the opposition. Features having to back off as well. They're going to go down, and with that, Mount St. Mary's has their first fight win in the bag here on Gibraltar.
Beard, I think, just got a little bit too cute there. You didn't have to go for a big flank on your own behind all of Mount St. Mary's there. All you had to do was stay with your team, slowly get some space with your jumps and with your Tesla cannon, and keep the high ground from there. Instead, as soon as Beard jumps in, gets just mowed down by the focus fire at Mount St. Mary's, and without their main tank, Emory and Henry did not have a chance.
No, they did not, and they're going to be quickly dissected as well by Mount St. Mary. Once again, Beard does find a counter pick, but it's only going to be one. Ashiek now out of their mech. They're not going to be lasting too long. Beard trying to do as much as they can, but it's not going to be too terribly much. They try to back out, but certainly Mount St. Mary's is going to take them out. Actually, it looks like he might get away.
Beard is slowly taking damage, but looks like they will be able to get away from this one. In fact, it's actually a couple members of ENH have gotten themselves in a bit of a bad spawn situation, going to get taken out. Turn your attention real quick to the ult bank of Mount St. Mary's here. They have been winning their fight extremely cheaply right now, and they're going to have so many check marks coming up as they start pushing through point B.
Yeah, that they are. A couple kills, though, coming in favor of Emory and Henry. We are now in a 4v4 situation. Pulse Bomb from Avatar going to be a whiff this time around, and Mount St. Mary starting to expend those ultimates, but they're not really getting as much for it as I'm sure they would hope. Beard now on point. They've got that Primal Rage to use to stay on point and continue to disrupt this Mount St. Mary's squad as much as they can. They're still staying relatively healthy, so they haven't had to commit anything yet, but here comes a grab and a nano boost. Cozy caught sleeping on the job. Gonna be woken up, but they've eaten an anti-nade and their health is dropping perilously fast. But it's gonna be still a Mount St. Mary coming up with a fight win.
They give themselves a fight win, but they end up blowing their entire ult bank there, Joko God. They are going to have the rally coming up from Super, but that is about it. They have 5 minutes left on the clock, but I want to say for the first time this map, Emory and Henry have a significant ultimate advantage, especially with Tixroll here, with the EMP. That could be a fight turner.
That absolutely could. EMP is loose, gonna catch a couple of players. Attack fires here from Skeeter's gonna find one of their targets. Can they find another? Yes, they can. Both DPS down now for Mount St. Mary's. It's up to the tanks and supports. See if they can turn their fortunes around. Beard now jumping onto the sport line. Gonna be booped away, though. Super with that whip shot, able to deny any real effect from the dive. Cozy now jumping in with the Primal Rage. Gonna create a ton of space now for Mount St. Mary's, and they're gonna use it to great effect, picking up a kill on both DPS. And now Beard jumping in with their own Primal Rage, but they're not gonna be quite as lucky. They're gonna go down to 3 health. They don't quite make it out, and Mount St. Mary's gonna continue their drive through Watchpoint Gibraltar.
And again, I just feel like Emory and Henry are getting a little bit too aggressive when they don't necessarily need to be. This is a dive composition, true. But if you're just jumping in willy-nilly without thinking about where your supports are or how you're gonna get backed up without a support plan, you just end up being an ult battery here. And Mount St. Mary's has quite the ult bank in order to try and push us across the finish line.
Ashiek tries to launch that self-destruct, but it's not going to work. Everybody's going to be zoned away, and Mount St. Mary's finishes with a blistering 3:21 on the clock.
Score
Yeah, and again, I just think that Emory and Henry, they jump in, they don't get much value, they die, and after getting thousands of HP worth of ult charge, Mount St. Mary's, they come back with a massive ult bank and punish Emory and Henry extremely hard in the following fight. I do want to point out though, because it feels like I'm bashing on Emory and Henry a lot here. There was a moment that I saw a lot of really good potential. Tixroll, at the start of that 3rd-point defense, Tixroll had the EMP, used it, and the rest of the team was extremely decisive. We saw Skeechers use the Soldier 76 ultimate in order to capitalize on the lack of shielding. We saw Beard jump in immediately, go super aggressive on the exposed DPS members of Mount St. Mary's who didn't have many abilities to help them get out. That's the kind of stuff I want to see from Emory and Henry. I want to see them using their ultimates in tandem. I want to see them being a lot more decisive with their engagements. If that fight, we can get that for 2 fights on their attack, 3 fights, 4 fights, they could very well finish this map.
Oh yeah, they absolutely could. I'm going to be looking for Beard, I think, to time his engagements a little bit better. It seems to me that there's a little bit of a disconnect between him and the rest of the team. I'm hoping that, they could sort that out as well, because when they do, they look so much better. Material starting to layer in a little bit of damage from the high ground. Gonna see Beard jump in now to get a little bit of ult charge. They're gonna back off though, as does Mount St. Mary, giving a little bit of space now to Emory and Henry. Skeecher's going down very low after they get hit by an anti-nade. It's gonna be them out of the fight. Beard follows shortly thereafter. Pixel Ski doing a ton of great work here on the high ground.
Stixels and Captain Quintus both doing a fantastic job here on this blue box high ground. Stixels with the dynamite and the shots, and Captain Quintus with the anti-nades. But so much pressure on Emory and Henry when they try and get up. And this is huge. And now SGH is out of the mech. There is no defense matrix to try and block Stixels' shots at all right now. Finds Skeechers again. There's just so much pressure right now on Emory and Henry as soon as they peek their heads around this corner.
Yeah, they're going to have to change up their approach here. They're going to have to just come into this with a little bit more coordination, like I mentioned before. Avatar now trying to dissuade some of the members from pushing in. And once again, Beard eats an anti-nader. They're going to be able to get away. They do with a sliver of life, able to get that healing from spawn. And fortunately, Emory and Henry, I was going to say, haven't lost anyone yet, but Tixel goes down. Cart has started to round this first quarter, but the kills still coming in favor of Mount St. Mary, as Cozy pops the Primal Rage to start to finish off these last few heroes from Emory and Henry.
Yeah, actually ends up getting taken down, though. The 1,000 health pool isn't quite enough to finish off the remaining members, so plenty of Emory and Henry members are healthy in this bottom room. And while this is happening, the card has been moving. It is one-fight territory here to be within, to find that first point. But now, at NCMS, they've done a great job. They have clamped down on the end of this first point. They're not going to let it get past them. And once again, the check marks are starting to pile up for Mount St. Mary's. They're going to have Pulse Bomb. They're going to have Grab. They're going to have both support ultimates. And once again, SGH has been taken out of the mech, and they're going to leave him there. That is just brutal for a D.Va player.
Yeah, that is. This is looking a little bit rough now for Emory and Henry. This might be one of their better chances, though, at coming away with a fight when they're going to have the EMP for this fight. Towards the middle of it, they've got the Nano Boost. They're going to have the Primal Rage as well. Plus, Cozy is still out of the fight. They're not back yet. They could very quickly turn this in their advantage. Nano Boost now being committed onto Beard. They're doing extra work with that Tesla Cannon. Going to shield themselves after they get hit by that anti-nade, but an anti-nade landed onto Styx as well. Got a huge pick onto them, but a couple of answers from MCS. In the meantime, the fight happening on point, going profoundly in the way of NCMS. They're gonna come away with another fight when in the nick of time, as Ashiek gets demeched and Beard has just a sliver of health once again.
Shout out to Katakuna there, had a massive anti-nade onto that little clump of players from Mount St. Mary's in order to give Beard the best opportunity possible to get value, but as that was happening, the rest of the members of MC at Mount St. Mary's did a great job. They got back to point. They used all their ultimates, and they were able to get the win. But now it's taken everything they have, and there is nothing to counter this EMP from Tixroll. This is going to be, I think, the key of the fight. If they can follow up on this EMP as well as they did the first one, Emory and Henry can very well get a time bank extension, but it's taken that Sombra a long time to get in position, Jungle God.
Yes, it certainly is, and Katakuna's out of the fight. I was about to say they could be the key to that puzzle because there's no other ultimates online, but a well-placed anti-nade could certainly win this fight. Skeeters does get one with the Helix rockets. They're looking for more, but in the meantime, Cozy has cozied up to the DPS and the supports, taking them out of the fight. Overtime starting to tick over, still 6 strong on the side of Mount St. Mary's as Emory and Henry crumbles. Ashiak the last out of their mech, and that's gonna do it. First point hold from Mount St. Mary's, and the win.
This is what has been plaguing Emory and Henry for both maps now. They just take too long to get set up and get into position. Tixroll was trying to look for that perfect point. I think was trying to find that high ground on top of the point, try and get up there, drop down, use the EMP from there, because they knew that most of Mount St. Mary was hanging on that high ground that kind of circles the end of point A, right? And it was a good idea, but Tixroll just could not get in position in time before the dive came in from Mount St. Mary's. And even though the EMP did land onto the Winston player, it was simply too late. The damage had already been done.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think the timing and the tempo was the key to the success, really, of Mount St. Mary in that last one. But there's going to be one more shot for Emory and Henry to try and bring this back, to extend their life here in this matchup. If they're going to come away with a win here, it's got to be in a reverse sweep. But we're going to throw it to a short break. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise promised my brother soon as he out to finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cards is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents, and now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the broadcast. I am here, Warren Jugglegad Hammond, with Dividing for this exciting game between Mount St. Mary and Emory and Henry. Mount St. Mary currently up 2-0 after some pretty dominant showings on Watchpoint, Gibraltar, and Nepal.
Yeah, as of right now, through 2 maps, Mount St. Mary simply looks like the better team at the moment. Emory and Henry, they need to change up a lot of things with their play style going into the third and potentially final map here. I just need to see them to be a little more fast, play with a little more urgency in order to match the pace that Mount St. Mary are setting right now.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Mount St. Mary has been making their decisions first. They've been ulting first. They've been getting into position first. They've been engaging first. It's been them setting the tempo this entire time. So, I think it really became much more apparent on Watchpoint Gibraltar that's what's really been happening here for during this matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's take a quick look at the map. Where are Emory and Henry going to be sending us to? It looks like, as we take a minute for the animation to play in here.
Volskaya, if I remember
correctly. It is Volskaya
yes.
Coming in from Emory and Henry. So this actually opens up the door for potentially a new level of play here, especially on the defense. Volskaya, it could be, you could really play some nice Orisa-based compositions, some double shield. That might actually be the ideal situation for ENH here, as playing the double shield will allow them to slow down the tempo of the game a little bit, force Emory and Henry to push into them, play through their spam. That, I think, is the ideal situation. If they can't speed up to Mount St. Mary's level, force them to slow down.
I like that perspective, yeah. I'm going to be curious if they're going to go that route. There's certainly many ways you can go on this map, and it looks for the moment as though Emory and Henry going to use this defense to try the brawl out one more time. This time with Skeeters on the Reaper. Tixroll still on the Sombra, though, so going to really need for those EMPs to hit hard.
I mean, I really like this comp in general. This is a
Mhm.
really well-formed comp. Skeechers and Beard are going to be able to put a lot of frontline pressure onto the tanks of Mount St. Mary's. Lissy's going to be able to use the speed boost in order to get everyone in and out. Katakuna has a ton of damage, and of course, we've seen the hacks and the EMPs from Tixel get a lot of value in the past.
Yeah.
I'm just concerned about their ability to keep up with Mount St. Mary's based on what I've seen in the last two maps. And with this double bubble comp that they're playing, they are going to be continuing to run a very fast paced composition here. The question is, as it has been, can Emory and Henry keep up?
Yeah, that is absolutely true. We're going to see an Emory and Henry back up just slightly as Mount St. Mary's begins to stage in this choke. They're going to actually be able to push through without having to expend too much utility. Nade thrown in from Capakinos to keep their team up and alive, and Tixroll gonna go down already. Immortality Field has to be committed as well. This is definitely the go button now for Mount St. Mary's as we see the bubble come in on Cozy as they dive in, furiously putting damage into Katakuna. They're gonna go down after Brig and Zari are there to finish them off. Now Zerial looking to find some more value, trying to get a little bit of an off angle here, seeing if they can pick off these last few remaining these members of Mount St. Mary's that are just putting up such a fight. They're gonna eventually be taken down as this
Zerial
point is gonna be captured by Mount St. Mary's.
Okay, put a fourth on the board. Why don't you? Zerial already has the grab in one fight. Solid job from the Zarya player on Mount St. Mary's here. I wish I could have seen exactly how Tixel got caught out by Super. I assume uncloaked from behind the Mount St. Mary's team was going for the hack, and Super was there with the stun and the finish. But unfortunately, without that threat of the Sombra in your backline, it became really easy for Mount St. Mary's to push back in. And now the snowball potential is so real here, Jogo God, because you've got pretty much everything except Rally probably coming up in this fight. Especially that grab from Zerial is going to be so crucial.
That it is, but look, the fire strike from Beard lands right as Tixel was about to use that tack visor. Things are certainly going a little bit better now for Emory and Henry on this fight with some just clutch plays coming out. Cozy gonna try and turn things the other way, but the hack is going to come in onto them. They're gonna be trying to survive as long as they can. They've shaken off the hack. Now they're gonna be able to start jetpacking around, jump jetting around. Once again, Katakuna taken out of the fight, though. That is a huge deal. But Lissy still has the sound barrier and the spawn advantage firmly in E&H's favor.
Big combination from Katakuna and Beard there with that amplification matrix into the fire strike, taking out Stixels. That was massive. And now Beard wants to go for some more. Gets the shatter off on Azerial, takes him out, and what was an incredibly good situation for Mount St. Mary's, the potential to finish Volskaya with close to 5 minutes on the clock has been thwarted, and now they're back to square one here, Jungle God. They're going to have Nano Boost coming up into this next fight. Sure, Super's coming up pretty close to that rally, but it's not quite there yet, and you've got the EMP Death Blossom combo coming up from Emory and Henry. If they can coordinate this correctly, it would be a brutal fight for MCMS to push through.
It certainly would. Tixroll now looking for that hack, trying to find somebody to make sure that they can get this off without any damage. But Tixroll's out of the fight. This is a huge opportunity for Mount St. Mary's to capitalize on. Zerial already combining for a couple kills. Nano Boost has been committed. Skeecher goes for the hero play with the Death Blossom, but without Tixroll's EMP, it's just not going to happen. This point going over very quickly in favor of Mount St. Mary's. They're going to have to get these last staggers out. Tixroll going to pop the tack visor. Amplification matrix used by Katakunu, but those bullets are not going to miss from Stixel's charge coming in on the point. There's one player left, but they've eaten the business end of an anti-nade. They're taken out very quickly. Ashiek also eating the pulse bomb, though. That's a huge play for them, but they're going to need more than that. 3 minutes, 8 seconds on the clock for Mount St. Mary.
I mean, Tixel just can't die with the EMP like that. That was the focal point of your next attack, and you can't go super deep into the enemy lines without any way of escaping, get caught out and die. I mean, this is also something that I feel like I've seen Emory and Henry doing a lot players that are key for the next fight, make sure that they stay alive long enough to get value out of their abilities and ultimates, end up going in too deep, dying first, and then Emory and Henry, they don't have a backup plan. There's nothing that they can do as Mount St. Mary's just pushes into them and systematically deletes their entire roster. So a couple of pretty solid fights coming up from Emory and Henry, but the end result is still a very quick 3-minute and 8-second time bank for Mount St. Mary's here. And Emory and Henry, in order to keep themselves from getting that 3-0, in order to extend this series a little bit longer, they've got to at the very least, finish both points with time on the clock.
Yeah, that they do. And this Mount St. Mary's crew is going to make it very difficult for them. I like this double bubble composition we're seeing on the defense. In fact, one of my favorite places to run double bubble, even though we don't see it too terribly often. It's definitely not unusual, just not what you typically see. If Cozy positions themselves in that on top of that middle building, they can really get to any point they want to on this first point.
So now Emory and Henry, they're going to come out with what we've seen them in the first half. They're going to keep going with that brawl, this time with the Cassidy May. And this is going to be really interesting here. Can they take the onslaught of spam damage from Mount St. Mary's as they come in? Ooh. A massive anti-nade from Captain Quintus opens things up.
Yeah, that it certainly does, but the picks coming in instead in favor of Emory and Henry. They've already got one tick on the board. Make that two. This crew from Mount St. Mary's gonna have to start contesting the point. Dynamite's gonna land. In fact, it's gonna get two, and now the floodgates are open. Mount St. Mary's is ready to pounce despite not having Cozy back in the fight just yet. Katakuna's eventually gonna go down, and with that goes most of the heals for Emory and Henry. Cozy just now getting back to the fight, but it's almost over already.
I mean, that was a solid first fight there from Emory and Henry. They seem to understand that the win condition of their comp was that they're really good at taking space and holding space. So let's just run onto the point and force Cozy to come down and contest us. And it was good for 2 ticks before the second massive anti-nade came through from Captain Quintus and finished things off. That might have been their best opportunity, though, because now Emory and Henry, they're going to be playing into ultimates now, and you can't be getting caught out by Stixels like that. You can't be getting caught out by Stixels like this.
Well, they eventually heard you, or at least Skeechers did. We're going to see Beard take themselves off the point along with Bob. Maybe not exactly the best trade for Emory and Henry, but at least it'll allow for a quick reset.
Yeah, it is quick. That is the silver lining here, and that means that you still have over 2 minutes on the clock to try and get that last tick across the board, and you don't have to worry about the Bob anymore. Emory and Henry are coming up with a couple of ultimates of their own. You're going to have the Amplification Matrix coming up soon, as well as the Deadeye, but oh man, Avatar just barely weaves that past the defense matrix of Asishix, and that is going to take out Lissy. There's no way for Emory and Henry to speed in now.
No, there's not, and with both of their supports down and out of the fight, Emory and Henry is going to be left with no option other than to die and reset quickly once again. But fortunately, they didn't expend too much, just the Amplification Matrix in that fight.
I mean, they didn't have the chance to use anything else. They Skeechers and Asishich didn't even have the ultimates up yet, but now they're going to get them in this fight. You're going to have the Diva Bomb. That could be really useful to try and force Mount St. Mary's to get off of their little purchase here on this high ground, but you still are going to have to play into both tank ultimates, the Primal Rage and the Grab. Zerial could put a stop to everything before it even starts.
That they could. They're looking for a grab opportunity. Found it. Comes a Pulse Bomb. Not gonna land. The point starting to take over. There's gonna be a contest coming in now from Cozy. They're gonna get one. Beard goes down, but Lacey is able to pop the sound barrier, and they do cap. They in fact get enough members of Mount St. Mary's off the point.
Oh man, that is a certified letter number moment. The pressure from the Diva Bomb coupled with just the point presence of the members of Emory and Henry, it forced Mount St. Mary's off the point. Look at Asiak here, has pushed up to the second point, has already gotten a tick on the point before the members of Mount St. Mary's can come back. You don't see that very much these days with the reduced spawn timers after you lose first point. But Ashiak made it happen. Immediately a tick comes over for Emory and Henry.
Yeah, that was that was a really high IQ play right there, right? Because Ashiok knew that most of the members of Mount St. Mary's were still on that first point, right? They hadn't died yet, so there wasn't an advantage for the spawn opportunity, or for that spawn advantage to really come into play. They get an early tick off that, and while they're not going to be able to equalize the time bank, they're certainly well on their way to finishing this point.
They are well on their way. I'm going to be taking a look at Beard here. Has the Shatter available. Can you knock a few members of Mount St. Mary's on their back before they can get set up here? But the rally is going to get everyone up. But a massive Shatter from Beard. It knocks a couple off of their backs, but it is not, unfortunately, going to be enough. The follow-up isn't there. The grab locked everyone up. A solid play from Zerial. And that is going to be Emory and Henry going back to spawn.
Yeah, and you know, I have to, though the Shatter did stop some of the damage from coming in, I do have to question it just because the entire team was caught in that grab. There was no opportunity for them to really follow up on it because they couldn't move. So, you know, I imagine Beard might wish he had that back for this next fight.
Yeah, you might wish you had it back, but you do have a ton of tools here. You have the Diva Bomb, you have the Ant Matrix. You're also probably going to have the Deadeye and the Beat here as long as you keep it going a little bit. Avatar trying to get the last couple of percent points to the Pulse Bomb. Has it now. Nice.
Finds the stick. Skeeters goes down. That is a great early opening here for Mount St. Mary's. Sound Barrier has to be committed by Lexi to try and keep their team up, see if they can last long enough for Skeeters. For Skeeters to get back into the fight. Self-destruct committed, not going to find anybody, but Zerial is going to find Katakuna. A couple of picks coming in very rapid succession off the back of this Primal Rage, and while a second tick has been captured by Emory and Henry, that's not good enough just yet.
It's a lot of pressure right now being put on Mount St. Mary's, even though they're coming away with the fight wins at the end of the day. They're just taking away at that objective. They're doing a very good job at playing for the point. And now, Mount St. Mary's, they've got to be extremely careful. They've got to be super vigilant of the point. Make sure that another tick doesn't just freely flip over to Emory and Henry like this.
Yeah, they absolutely do, and you can see that Cozy knows that. Immediately going down to contest the point. Immortality dealt with very rapidly by Stixel, and that's going to allow Mount St. Mary's to just demolish the rest of Emory and Henry, but fortunately for them, they're going to have one more shot. Oh, but the Diva Stagger. Ashiok has to get out.
Yeah, just try and get yourself off the edge of the map at this point. Ashiok, you know there's a... Yeah, okay. Figured it out that there was, in fact, a ledge right behind them. But with 15 seconds left on the clock, I don't think you're going to have enough time to get your Diva up back. And you're coming into a grab and the Pulse Bomb coming up from Avatar. Both support ultimates are coming up soon. This is going to be a monster trek for Emory and Henry.
Oh, Skeeters is able to take Stixel out of the fight, but both supports down now for Emory and Henry. Overtime is starting to tick over. This was their last shot, but it is slipping away rapidly. Mount St. Mary's coming away with a dominant performance once again. They're going to come away 3-0, the winners in this matchup.
Yeah, 100% deserved. Mount St. Mary's played a solid game throughout. No matter whether it was Brawl or this double bubble comp, the dive compositions, they simply played a faster game, a higher tempo game, a more coordinated game. They just seem to have a better overall grasp of their compositions and how to win them. Emory and Henry, they seem to know the compositions to play, but they weren't quite as adept at understanding how to win with them at the same level that Mount St. Mary's did.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. You know, Emory and Henry, they definitely knew what they were doing, but like you said, they just weren't able to execute at the same speed that Mount St. Mary's was. And I think that just, you know, shows how smooth and concise they have all of their rotations, they have all of their approaches, all of their setups, and all their executions as well. So Mount St. Mary's just showing a tremendously high-level understanding of the game and what they're running.
Yeah, fantastic job from Mount St. Mary's there. Get themselves into the win column. They are now 1-1,
yes.
Right back into the conversation for the playoff race here at ECAC. We're only 2 weeks into the season, but getting on that win column has to feel good.
It absolutely does. Well, that's going to do it for this matchup, but we're going to be back very shortly with another, so stick around. Don't go anywhere. There's more ECAC Overwatch coming your way.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 Wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar. I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore. Just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out to finish this bid. We finna do it bigger than anybody ever